movie, he can go to this planet and he can leave at this time, and if he goes at an auspicious time, it's very good because he goes upwards. When the sun travels in the north, he goes downwards, not so good. So he makes the ability that he simply chooses when to leave his body so that he can be sure to go upwards, wherever he wants to. And probably mentioned in one of the purposes that for the devotee it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. Indifferent. Because Krishna takes care. So we are like a small baby, completely dependent upon the mother and the father. Completely dependent. We are completely dependent on Krishna every second, every microsecond of the day. Completely dependent. And if we simply live our life like this, Krishna, I'm your child, please take care of me. Then Krishna takes care. But if we live our life saying, I'll take care, Krishna says, okay, you take care. So that's what surrender is, to completely give our lives to Krishna without any consideration what Krishna gives in return. That you can do with me whatever you want. I have no preference. You can crush me in your embrace, or you can make me broken-hearted by not being present before me. You're completely free to do anything and everything you desire, because you're my Prabhu. You're the Lord of my life. And Caitanya Mahaprabhu is praying in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And she's saying, you are devotee. You are a woman hunter. So I know I cannot trust you. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. So that's why we hear the gopis, in one sense, they do not even want to be with Krishna. They want, please, you go be with Krishna. You go and be with Krishna. And ultimately they want to see Srimati Radharani connected with Krishna. That's their highest pleasure. Even higher than being with Krishna themselves. Because there's no selfishness. And that's our disease. That we are contaminated by selfishness. So we constantly want, even, at least for me, when we perform devotional service, even if we do it somehow unmotivated, right? We just get an order from the temple president and he says, can you please do this? Yes, I will. Even if we do, in the back of my mind I have, yes, because this is pleasing to Krishna and Krishna will take care of it. So it's good, but it's not the best. We should just do, yeah, of course it's pleasing to Krishna, but not because we are getting something. That's why Prahlad Maharaj, he said after the whole thing in the Singadev, he says, please ask for benediction. Prahlad Maharaj says, I'm not a merchant. I'm serving you because I love you. Not because I want something. And only when the Singadev is very, very persistent, he says, okay. And who is he praying for? His father. The one who tried to kill him, torture him. Please take care of my father. So that's a devotee. He says, Mamam praloba yopyacha shaktam kavesa taiva tatsanga vita nirvino mumuksus tvanupasritam. That, my dear Lord, please do not tempt me. I'm already degraded. I'm born in an atheistic family. I'm already degraded. I'm so attracted to all the benedictions of this material world. All the accolades, all the things I can get. I'm so attracted. So please do not tempt me. I've taken shelter of your lotus feet to be free from this. So please do not tempt me by asking me what do I want for the service, so-called service I was doing for you. So that's the mood. That's the mood for a pure devotee. So in that sense, sends me to hell. Narada Muni, he's traveling all over the planets. He's going to hell preaching. And as mentioned before, we are in hell. And Prabhu was giving a lecture in London. This is a famous episode. And they said, what is it like? I think it was not a devotee. Anyway, one person raised his hand and said, what is it like in the hell? What is hell like? And Prabhu says, London is hell. So you are here already. It's damp and it's moist and it's constantly raining and it's cold and it's all the cars and it's hell. There's this story also we hear about a Christian preacher. He came to preach to the workers in the coal mines. And he was saying, if you do not surrender to the Lord, you go to hell. And they said, what is hell like? And he said, hell is this black place, it's very cold, it's very moist, it's dark there, and it's very unpleasant. He said, we're going in mines every day, no problem. It's like home. So he was giving different kind of method, and he was intelligent. So he said, okay, what is their need? Right? So we should always preach according to need and interest, right? According to kara, desha, patra, time, place, and circumstances. What is their need? How can we really make it very obvious to them that they need not to go to hell and they need to approach Krishna? So he said, in hell there's no newspapers. There's no newspapers! What should we do? So of course we should be on a higher level. Right? We should not bargain with Krishna. We should just say, Krishna, my desire is, now I have no love for you, but my desire is to reach that point. And I think I'm speaking for all of us. We have a desire to understand absolutely. We need to know who is this so attractive that people will give up anything and everything just to be in his presence for a second. As we mentioned yesterday in the program about the gopi's headache and the whole thing. That ultimately the gopi says, you take it. We don't care. If we can relieve Krishna's headache for a second, that's our desire. So we should never stop before we reach the point where he says, heaven, hell, who cares? Just like him. Thank you very much. Any comments on this?
It's just interesting how Vidura is Yamaraj, and then how attached he was to Dhritarashtra, who was the personification, in one sense, of sin.
In one sense, he wasn't really so sinful. Dhritarashtra was sinful. Dhritarashtra was just weak, and Vidura knew it. He more or less gave up on Twitter. He more or less gave up on him because he was sinful. But Dhritarashtra was in that sense not sinful. He was just innocent. He could not say no to his sinful son.
But he wanted to kill Bhima.
Yeah, because Bhima killed all his sons. So in one sense that match, even Gandhari wanted to kill Bhima. She had this power, so when all of them after the battlefield, they came before Yudhishthira wanted to pay his obeisances to Gandhari and Dhritarashtra. Still had this enormous respect for them. He came there and Gandhari, she was standing there. And when she saw or heard Yudhishthira, she started taking down the shade from her eyes there. And then Yudhishthira, or was it Arjuna, immediately jumped behind Krishna. So, Krishna, please help me. And what was it? Krishna's toes was burned or something. And there she cursed Krishna that he's...
I think it was Yudhishthira's toenails.
It was Yudhishthira's toenails, and then he jumped behind Krishna. So, in one sense, that's natural. But of course, because he's weak. So, and that's the condition of most people. They are not sinful as such. They're just weak. Most people are innocent. They're just because we're living in such a sinful society. So they're just following. That's the nature of the weak. They just go wherever they can get the comfort. So the weak people will just go wherever the comfort is. So if the sinful side is giving comforts, that's where they go. If the strong side is giving comforts, that's where they go. So in one sense, it's natural. And of course, it's the whole legal of it. He wanted to cross Bhima. And Krishna saved him again. So the whole thing, Krishna always saves his devotee. Even in all kinds of circumstances. Just a story is coming to mind. Now I'm very much alone over there. And when I take prasadam, I watch these memories of Prabhupada on YouTube. If you ever like to see some YouTube, see them, they're fantastic. So I remember Bhatri Narayan, the disciple of Prabhupada. He was telling how they were on a morning walk, Prabhupada. And all of a sudden, a huge, he says, like it was almost like a horse, a dog, came running, charging them, very, very aggressive, running towards them, barking. And all the devotees, some jump behind the car, some hid behind Ramananda. So I hid behind Ramananda. But Prabhupada, he said, he just took his charter and he went down and in front of the dog and said, "Hut, hut!" with his cane. And the dog just ran away. And he said it's like he was thinking of Krishna. Whenever he's going in battle with the demons, he tightens his sash. So Prabhupada was just putting his charter on. Mostly stuff. And then destiny was that just like a little later on the same morning walk, another dog came. And one of the devotees said, "Okay, so how Prabhupada did it." So he went up, "Hut, hut!" And this dog, and he ran away. And Prabhupada laughed and said, "You need to know the science." So the devotees are empowered, and Krishna is empowering the devotees to protect the devotees. Anything else?
About these hellish planets, in a lot of the circumstances, it seems that the subtle body gets completely like ripped apart. So is it like then put together?
Yeah, again, because it's subtle. So it's just put together. That's the nature, because in that sense it can break as such.
Isn't like there's this I don't know what to call it, but when you lose an arm or a leg or something, then you can still
Phantom
pains. There is no arm, but the pain is there.
Still have the pain because it's subtle body. Still, the subtle body is there. Yeah. So you can still, and sometimes they feel the arm, even though it's not there.
I was also thinking about Lord Brahma when he ran after his own daughter, and his body is made of pure intelligence, and then he gave up that body, it said. So, and then actually this hellish condition is inside of us, like sometimes.
Yeah. So we can also give up it's like he's giving up his mentality, but because everything about Brahma is like very real. So he giving up mentality is practically like giving up a body. So in the same way, we can give up the mentality. We can give up whenever this sinful thought, like for him was running after Vak. So whenever sinful thought or sinful mentality comes in the mind, we should give up that body. We should commit suicide on that body, on that mentality. Was that the point? Was that the point? Candra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Prabhupada ki Jai.